Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we'll be reviewing a Toyota Land Cruiser with the premium package. I think this is the best package to get on the new Land Cruiser. I'll explain in today's video. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Larich Miller Toyota here in Murray for giving me some time with this Land Cruiser. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbocharged 2.4 liter 4-cylinder hybrid that goes through an 8-speed. Fuel economy is 22 around town, 25 on the highway, with power outputs being 326 horsepower and then 465 pound-feet of torque. Before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now, starting off with the hood, it's raised on the other side, which I think looks really cool. It gives it a boxy design. And speaking of boxy, look at the rectangular headlights. They give the Land Cruiser a completely different look. I mean, here's the front end of this one with the premium package, and then I've got my first edition parked over there for a comparison. You can see just the difference in terms of, sorry about the camera there, it's style. So yeah, it just makes it look completely different. Got the Heritage Toyota logo, and then we have rigid fog lights, which you can actually change to have a yellow hue for off-roading, dust use basically, which is really cool. But there's the front end. Now, turning wheel setup is 265 by 70 by 18. You can easily fit a full-on 33. This is like a 32.7. I have 33s on mine. You can even potentially fit a 34. I haven't tried it yet, but some people said that you can do it. Anyways, big chunky fender flares. And then this one has these side steps. You can also get rock rails if you want. And then you notice the mirror caps are body painted, so are the door handles. And then this one has the factory roof rack. Now, the thing I like about this roof rack is you still have access to the sunroof because it doesn't go over it, and then it is far enough back that it doesn't cause any extra wind noise. So you get the normal windshield buffeting, but that is it. And I think that's a big win for a roof rack. But there's your side profile with the Land Cruiser. This leads us to the key fob. You've got the Land Cruiser logo there on the back. We have our lock and unlock function opening for the hatch as well. And yes, it is a power hatch. Now, we've talked about this before, but I'll quickly mention it. You do have the battery pack in the back, which does rob some of the space. It also means you cannot get a third row with the Land Cruiser. If you want a third row, you either got to go 4Runner or Lexus GX in terms of third row, or Lexus LX or Toyota Sequoia. There's lots of 3-row Toyotas. Toyota Highlander, but not Land Cruiser. They do still have the cup holders though, because with overseas, there's a diesel version and you can get that with a third row. So anyways, little USB ports back there too, which is kind of funny. But yeah, plenty of space in the rear overall. Now, I think the Land Cruiser taillights are really cool looking. You've got your iForce Max badge there, and then you've got that little popper here for the rear window, so you just press that, and then it lets you open up the glass so you get access. It's kind of like a Chevy Tahoe. And then you got the little diaper cover over the receiver hitch, as I like to call it. But there's the rest of the rear. This, of course, leads us into the passenger cabin, and this is my favorite part about this particular one. So it's actually still black at the top section here, and it is soft touch all over, which is nice in the premium package. But yeah, this one has the brown, so you've got brown at the bottom. They did the same thing on the 200 series where it was just brown on the armrest. It was like the baseball mitt color. This is, I would say, well, pretty similar overall, but really nice looking trim on these seats. And with the Land Cruiser, you have this nice grain on the side of the seat, so it just feels kind of like rugged, but then also high quality. You've got pretty good legroom in the back of the Land Cruiser, no more than the GX or the 4Runner. And then you do have your own climate zone here in the rear. You also have some USB ports. And then the vents are on the top, so it helps out with airflow. Now, popping up front, we've got that same theme with the black on top and then the brown down below. So again, soft touch here at the top. It's kind of like this it's like a hard soft touch. I don't know, I like it. It feels durable. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. And this is like very squishy soft touch. All of our window controls here, the mirrors do power fold in. You also have memory seats. And then we have 1,100 pounds of payload capacity for running. This thing weighs about 5,700 pounds total. And then here is the front seat. Nice trim all down the center. All of your power adjustments on the side. Steering wheel is power adjustable. You've got trailer brake controls. You've got that to open up the rear hatch to turn your outlet and all of that. And popping it on. Ooh. Now, taking a look at the steering wheel, really nice trim all around, and look at the nice finish around the controls. I mean, the controls themselves are just plastic buttons, but the finish around it's pretty nice looking. You've got adaptive cruise control with lane centering, volume and voice command controls. And that thing right there in the center right here is just to scan your eyes. Big brother. Anyways, regular stocks there on the back. Now I've got this full digital gauge cluster with the Land Cruiser, and it has cool things like when you change the drive mode, it'll show a little Land Cruiser going, and this is just the street driving modes. And it is also customizable. I'm going to try to show this in more reviews when I review stuff with digital gauge clusters. But anyways, if I just press OK, this is going to take a minute. So, I mean, this does show you how much Toyota buries things. So you have to go all the way to the bottom and then go to meter set. We have to hold down. And then you go to meter style. And right now it's on smart. That's the default. There's a casual. And then my favorite, which I'll leave it in, is tough. And then you have a sporty as well. I feel like that fits the character of the Land Cruiser Tough because it's like an off-roader. But it's cool that that's customizable. Now I've got this 360 camera system. It does fill in underneath the vehicle as you move, kind of like a Range Rover. And then as for the rest of the screen, you've got the shortcut bar there on the side. It's pretty quick to respond, so great unit overall. We also have a heads-up display there. And then there's nice soft touch trim all across the dash, and then down below, got that little strip, like the 1958, that's just all plastic. And then we've got heated and ventilated seats, dual zone climate with this. Got a bunch of little USB ports, and then a phone charging pad in that area too. This is our mode select. So right now it's set to drive mode. You can also do multi-terrain select, the off-road modes, crawl control, shifter for that 8-speed. You got your parking brake with your auto hold, and then we have a full-time four-wheel drive system. All Land Cruisers come with that. All the Land Cruisers also come with a center and a rear locking differential. And I guess that they've now made the stabilizer bar disconnect optional equipment, question mark. I'll double check the window sticker on this to see if something funky's going on. But stability, control, and then we've got the refrigerator, center console, cool box is what they call it. Nice, again, brown trim here on the top with this. And then we've got a camera, rear view mirror, and then we have a sunroof up top, and like I said earlier, and yeah, like I said, boxy design throughout, so good headroom. So let's take a look at this window sticker, kind of interesting. So you guys can see all these standard equipment, so you know, the full-time four-wheel drive system, and the lockers, and the multi-terrain select, hill descent control, all of that, and all the safety tech, and then the fog lights, which are pretty cool. But anyways, go to the premium package. It's $4,600. It adds a premium sound system, the JBL. I think it's not the best sound system on the planet, but it's pretty darn good. You get the cool box, you get a bunch of the safety tech, so I don't know, some of you might not care about that, and so a non-premium would be just fine, but I think it's worth it for a lot of people. And then the most expensive option outside of the premium is the roof rack up top, or not, yeah. So anyways, $1,440. That brings the total price to $70,114. Now, let me know if I'm wrong in the comment section below, but I thought the premium or the mid-trim Land Cruiser came standard with a stabilizer bar disconnect. I don't know if they got rid of that for $25. I know my first edition has it, so maybe it was always an option and I just happened to review ones that always had that option. But yeah, let me know on that side of things. I do want to kind of finish my thesis on this particular review. So why do I think this one is the best Land Cruiser to go for? I think that it has all the options that people are looking for. Now, again, the mid-trim still has 360 camera, still has heated and cooled seats, but I think a lot of people want the extra safety tech that are going to get something like this. And then I think they also want stuff like the cool box and just the nicer interior in general. Again, let me know if I'm wrong on that, but I think that that's kind of why the premium package is so appealing to a lot of people, because you basically get all the safety features and you get all the luxury in one package. And so then it's like you have this basically mini Land Rover in a way, but a reliable Land Rover. And I can say that pretty confidently. My Land Cruiser over there has well over 8,000 miles, and it's the first car that I've ever owned that has had zero problems in the first 8,000 miles. Every other car I've owned, doesn't matter what brand it is, has had something go wrong. That has not skipped a beat. So yeah, it kind of gives you that luxurious Land Rover type experience, but in something that's actually reliable, Toyota, daily drivable, all that kind of stuff. So with all that being said, let me know what you guys think about the premium package. Let me know if you think if this is the sweet spot or if you think it's just the regular mid-trim without the premium package. And let me know on the stabilizer bar disconnect, because I'm slightly confused on what happened with that.